Alright folks, welcome to episode 52 of the Wee Podcast. Phil here with Clarky.
Hello.
Today is our anniversary episode, a whole year later. Bit premature. So we're just going to reminisce, basically run through a couple of our favourite episodes and sort of our expectations and whatnot. So hopefully you enjoy this one.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Well, the year is come and gone. So fast.
It actually is so quick.
I know, but to be fair, we've got 51 episodes, great episodes to show for it.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, unbelievable.
I know.
I don't think we could. Well, I suppose back in the day, a whole entire year ago, we were thinking.
Actually, nuts.
I know. We're like, it's no problem, wee buns.
I know.
And now we're a year ahead, and we're just like,
yeah, every single week for 52 weeks. This week it's 52 weeks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, done well.
Yeah.
Some people can't eat their dinner. Never mind, stick to a podcast for a year. Like,
I've been out with people for less time than I've done this.
Haven't we all?
Yes.
It's terrible to think about. But I mean, even whenever we set out to do it, I don't think we really realised how much fun it would be. I remember even talking about it in Voodoo.
Yeah.
And we're like, how class would it be to do a podcast and blah 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 blah. And then it was like one of those things where you're just like, do you remember last night where we were talking about that? Or,
Yeah.
do you want
to
to do it
or not?
I actually got down to doing it, and the reasons behind it were, I think, were a lot better than some silly podcasts out there.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm just going to do a pod, because people just do podcasts for no reason now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a bit, do a podcast on doors. Yeah, let's do that.
There's a really good one actually at the moment. The BBC are doing the Peter Crouch podcast. You heard of it?
I assume Peter Crouch is doing it, is
Yeah, it's so good.
Wow, what's he do? Is that about football?
Yeah, they just talk crap, but all the stories are amazing.
Oh.
It's really good. They're talking about cars next week.
Just in general?
Yeah, somebody stole his car and had sex in the back of it once.
Oh, right.
That was in a previous episode. Spoiler alert.
It's a very good story.
But yeah,
Spoiler alert.
Depends which way they listen to it. But they
skip forward. Spoiler alert. Then I'll not go back.
But the story's just mad, but it's worth a listen. But obviously a lot of them are solely based around fun and you know, for the sake of it. And I remember whenever we first did it, it was more about getting people talking, getting fellas specifically, I suppose, talking, and yeah.
It's definitely helped, because even on Xbox and stuff now, we just sort of talk about anything.
Yeah.
Really. It's like, whether or not they've ever done it before, I have no idea.
Well, I think as they went on, people certainly that we would be friendly with, it sort of said to us that they felt it did have an impact, which is what I think, if as far as I remember from episode 1 a year ago, we at the time had said if we can get across to anyone whatsoever, it's a victory.
Yeah.
And as I say, even they're mostly just friends, but there have been others, on the page and stuff. On the Facebook page and stuff, especially after Nadia's episode where it was being shared around and people were sort of saying great job, and the lady from UTV followed us on Twitter and things.
Oh yeah, Judith Hill.
Yeah. Well remembered. Hopefully she listens to this and remembers. But
that was Clarky, by the way. I didn't remember.
But
I was what was that, 18?
Yeah.
52.
34 episodes ago.
Oh my goodness me.
But yeah, if the way it's sort of fun to look at it is that we started this, well, I suppose technically longer than a year ago, whenever we sat down and hashed everything out. There were nights of literally just planning and things that
we put our time into it.
We
did really put our time into it, which is,
and we have done
certainly reflective of the amount of episodes we've done
on a weekly basis as well, and
doing 52 episodes without having like a base as well, because like some podcasts have this is what this podcast is about.
Yes.
And this is what we're going to do each week. We're going to have different guests on, blah blah blah. But having a podcast each week of doing very different things, the things we've got are very varied.
Varied, yeah. But that's the way I think we wanted it from the start, which was anybody could pick it up in any episode and not have to go, oh well, I missed the first 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm listening to one at the minute, called The End of the World with Josh Clark. If you don't listen through one onwards, you're I mean, you sort of could pick it up, but like you're sort of missing out
little tiny
bits beforehand, so you almost do need to go through it. But my sort of favourite ones, as I've mentioned before, are like the likes of Nerdist, Stuff You Should Know, all those sort of ones that you can just pick them up at any point and go, this is great. You don't need to have listened to the previous 700 episodes or Joe Rogan 1000 episodes,
Well, thankfully you don't have to listen to Joe Rogan's 1000 episodes.
No, I don't have that time.
No,
I'm probably being alive for the amount
of
time
that's what I like listening, because like Joe Rogan's episodes are good as well. Like I listen to him, listen to the Tree Jordy podcast as well, which is just sport, and he has certain guests and stuff on, which is kind of cool. He had Conor McGregor's coach on the other day, Joe Calvin. It's kind of cool. But yeah, you can listen to all them boys and not have to worry about a story.
Yep, you don't
prior
pick up
to
from one on. Same with ourselves, which is I think it sort of suits as well, because we like our interests aren't only let's talk about sport, let's talk about games, which we could.
we could talk about games. Let's have a podcast based on gaming.
We could literally have, honestly, we could have had a podcast on Destiny alone. Yeah. But that's not. I mean,
we're talking enough about Destiny whilst we're on Destiny.
And even when we're not.
Even when we're not on Destiny, we still talk about it,
If you think of even conversations we have with ourselves, between friends, family, whatever, they're all different. Yeah. And it's fun to then explore. Well, I find it fun to explore.
I didn't.
All like the sort of random different ones, right the way through from why do we want to do this? First episode, creation, motivation, tea. And what do you call it? As we went through, obviously we've touched on things that we made a list. If you remember at the start of things we wanted to touch on, we've touched on almost all of it.
Pretty much, yeah. There's not very many things left.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of what I really like about some of our episodes as well is that they're not easy things to talk about.
No.
We aren't taking any back doors. Like it's all.
It's what you have to do though. You can't just sort of be, if you're going to talk about a certain thing that is tough to talk about, you have to talk about it and that's it. Like you can't be like, we'll talk about a certain thing and then we'll just leave like 4 or 5 things.
That bit.
Yeah, exactly. Like that one with Nadia and stuff and mental health, because we did another mental health episode after that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But like those two, you sort of have to be.
It's not a pretty thing. No, it's not. But it's real.
Even the stats as well. You have to look at the stats.
Exactly.
Like they're real, so you have to sort of. It's a strange thing to even talk about, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, it comes down to certainly one thing that all sort of touching on the sort of harder hitting things, I guess. I've certainly learnt, and I have more of an awareness about things like that now.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like that one, especially with Nadia, because we were talking about like autism and stuff. And
yes.
There's things that you don't really think about it, because you see things like, I think that show Undateable sort of paints a strange picture.
Yeah, like I wouldn't go as far as to say they're making fun of them, but
no.
They're certainly putting them in a way that they can be laughed at,
and they're very uncomfortable sometimes as well. You can see that. Whereas,
and that's not to say I haven't watched it.
I'm
a saint, because there are things on there that they do, and you're like, well, that is funny. Yeah, but it's if it ever gets to the point where they are genuinely upset. Yeah. That I think even in like that show, not even just the Undateables, even in that not the dinner dates, first dates. Sometimes you see them and some of them are just really nasty and they just aren't attracted to each other, or one person is and the other isn't, and then they just sort of focus in on the nasty stuff, like that sort of stuff. I don't really like. No. But obviously that's real life. That's
it happens. Yeah, it's just like we don't have a camera pointed at us all the time.
No, but so like I think going through all this has certainly given me a bit more of a appreciation and a bit more knowledge on even I was watching Big Bang Theory the other day. The newest series is on Channel 4 or All 4, whatever you call it, and they mentioned
It's not 4OD anymore.
no, I suppose they probably took that away because it inferences
4 on demand.
yeah, well, overdose maybe
4 overdose.
Yeah.
Really?
massive overdose,
Yeah.
but
I think anyone's ever gonna think 4OD. 4 overdose.
I did like all the time. But
Christ.
the All 4 has the newer episodes, and in the most recent episode, it's a Halloween one.
Well,
And Sheldon explains where Halloween came from, and I was like, I knew that was
Yeah.
all right, and it was exactly what we'd said, you know, about All Hallows Eve and coming from
The Irish.
the Irish, and
Yeah.
the term I can't even remember how you say it now.
oh, I literally I don't think.
Samhain,
Yeah, I can't.
Suin,
Soon, I think it is. I think it's
Whatever.
Soon.
he said it,
Yeah.
and
Soon.
and he said it, and I was just like, and he explained it, and I was just like, I knew all that,
Yeah.
like just because we'd spoken about it,
Yeah.
you know, a few weeks ago, but yeah, it's cool. Like, it's also as you say, or as we sort of said at the start, that we were hoping that it would bring up conversation and blah blah blah.
It does though as well. Like even whenever we've been out and friends with stuff, like, we've always got something to talk about, even if it
Yeah.
isn't, you know, obviously gaming. It's just what we do all the time. Whenever we're not doing other things, like
Makes me
but
past that.
yeah. So we can still talk to people in this. Like I think it's brought conversation. I don't know how to say that. Maybe
Like it's more real.
smooth as well. It's not like it's
like,
you're not trying too hard
Yeah.
either.
it's
You're not
natural.
like, how's your day?
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
What else can I
I
say?
find we talk more about work, more about health, more about
Yeah.
mental health,
Yeah.
more about
definitely.
like real life.
Yeah.
You know, like how we deal with things. You know, like
It's not just what we do on the weekend sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not like
we heard that show we're watching,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. you know.
Exactly, like it's a lot more. I just think the word real is a good
Yeah,
A
it's a
good
good way to
sort of
describe it. Yeah.
measure of the way it would go. Certainly in that's only our friend group, you know. Well, the one we would talk to more often.
Yeah.
That we're referring to there. So, but yeah, I think in terms of that, I would consider what we've been working on in the last 52 weeks now, including this one,
Mm-hmm.
to be pretty much what we'd hope for. I think.
It's more expectations now for the next 52.
Yeah.
What else we're gonna do? But I mean, I think in terms of views as well, like I don't even pay attention to them anymore.
No, because
Like it was
comes
at the
to
start, I
point
was
where-
like, we're like, oh, 10 views, this is woeful.
yeah,
No one's listening to it, blah blah blah. But at least if anybody, like we said before, if at least one person was to listen to an episode
it's cool.
and just think that was really good,
Yeah.
then you're fine with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like it comes to a point as well. Like somebody asked me the other day actually, it was like, how many did you get? I was like, honestly, I'm not sure. But it comes down to the fact that it's just fun to do.
Yeah, each
You know?
week's just. I mean, there's no. Even if we like, there's sometimes obviously we're been too busy. We don't really. Sometimes we would talk on Xbox and stuff, and
Yeah.
sometimes it'd be through WhatsApp, and we'd come to a week and we're like, what are we doing this week?
Yeah.
And then we're like,
just-
I don't know.
Well-
Sometimes we're organised, sometimes we're not organised, but either way, it still works out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think.
it's fun, like, because as you say, that day you could be like, what are we going to talk about later?
Yeah.
But there's always something.
How great would that be for a job though?
Yeah.
Like just to be like, what are you doing this week? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you talking about this week? Haven't a clue.
The guys at Stuff You Should Know, they basically bring out, I think it's an episode a week, and then they pick an older episode and bring it out on like another part of the week. So there's like 2.
Oh, right, okay.
But the newer one, they literally spend like a week researching amongst their other things they have to do, like write articles and things. But basically, sometimes whenever they are doing it, you can sort of tell like you've so thrown this together.
Yeah.
But like the
yeah.
episodes are still great because
Yeah.
they have good chemistry, and they know their stuff. They're clever fellas, but it's sort of like those are the fun ones
Yeah.
because they just have an article each,
Yeah.
and they're just like, yep, go down the article, go down it.
Yeah.
At the end, they're like, Jim and Nelson, nope, you, nope, and that's just it. So
No,
sort of funny.
I like that sort of idea though, that you don't really have to plan everything as well. Like I mean, you could, I know we planned a few episodes with guests and stuff, which is very different because you sort of have to. You could just bring someone on and be like, today we're going to talk about cheese.
Yeah, it's rude to bring them in and be like, so we don't know what we're talking about yet.
Yeah. But I think we've only had, 4 guests, I think?
Yeah, 4 total.
Four guests out of 52.
Chris and Lauren.
So we've done the majority of them obviously by ourselves anyway. Imagine having 52 guests, that'd be ridiculous.
It's mad, see, obviously I listen to the ID10T podcast.
Yeah.
They've had 900 guests.
Oh yeah. But then
crazy.
But they've got all the people in the world to talk to. We've only got our boring friends.
We don't have the money to bring in, I don't know, somebody famous.
Sigourney Weaver. Yeah.
Oh.
Very different end of the spectrum there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought Sigourney Weaver, to be honest with you, because she's not really anything anymore.
I was thinking, well, is she not in Defenders? Was she in Defenders?
I don't think so, was she?
I think so.
Oh.
I think she was the bad guy.
Oh.
In Defenders. But
how could she possibly be doing now, except for being
old?
Being old, yeah. Same as Liam Neeson, to be fair.
He's I watched a clip of him the other day on Facebook. See whenever he just talks and he just talks normally. Sometimes he still gets an American twang. Yeah. And it's I hate when people leave this country and change accent.
We watched, Lauren and I watched I don't know really what it was. It was a film. I think it was a film mashed up of these different stories. But it was the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
That's on Netflix.
Yeah, we watched it on Netflix. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. But he's in it.
Is he?
Yeah, and he sings the Sash in it.
No way.
Not even joking. We were sitting.
Oh, that's so awkward.
Yeah, we were sitting, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's just sitting beside a campfire. He just bursts out with a sash, and I was like,
"He's a Catholic man from Ballymena."
But I was sitting there, and I was like,
"What is he doing that for?"
Just sort of looking at the TV, listening to what he was saying beforehand, and then he started singing it. I was like, hang on a minute, that doesn't sound correct. And then it kept going. I was like, he's singing the sash, but it doesn't make any sense for the time period.
Right.
Well, it does, but I don't understand how, because of where it is.
Is he Northern Irish in it?
But it's obviously it's 18 blah blah blah. Not having 1690, but even still,
that's weird.
It's weird to think that it's not it was just so strange, so out of context. He was drunk. And he was sitting beside a campfire singing the sash, and I was like, I am so confused right now, because see, if you watch the film of the Ballad of Buster, it's just nothing what you expect it would be. I seen the picture and I was like,
the guy on a bike or something, isn't it? No, horse.
It was a horse.
Horse.
It's supposed to be a cowboy thing, I thought anyway.
Right.
But it's not. It's all these different stories.
That's so weird.
It's a good wee show. Lauren didn't like it at all. I thought it was pretty good, but it's a little musical type of thing and a couple of stories, and it was enjoyable. But that moment just,
I can't get past the fact the Catholic man from Ballymena was made to sing the sash and
I just don't understand
the film.
I just don't understand it at all. I was sitting just.
I wonder how you find that. Do you think he would have felt awkward doing that, or would he not care?
I mean, I suppose he doesn't really care anymore. Would he really?
All that sort of stuff really doesn't bother me at all. I don't understand why they are a big deal, but that's just me being narrow-minded.
What's a big deal?
Not paying any attention to any of that.
Rubbish
that was
on. No. But I just didn't understand. I was so confused by it. At the time, if you watch the film and in context, you're like, why is he singing this? There's no reason for it at all. He's just absolutely smashed out his brain beside a campfire singing this.
Imagine he improvised it.
Oh, that'd be even better, wouldn't it?
They just kept it in.
But no, I don't think he had any problem doing it. But I was just sort of confused as to why he was doing it.
I don't know. I would need to see the film, but it sounds.
You need to watch it.
Like that particular bit is worth googling alone.
It was on Reddit. I googled it after I watched the entire film, and I was like, there must be someone's bound to saying something about it. Of course, Reddit. Why was Liam Neeson singing the Sash and Buster Scruggs? And I was like, you're literally asking the question I've been asking Lauren for the past 20 minutes.
Did you get an answer?
No. No one had a clue. Makes no sense. There's no reason to have that in this film and all, but no one was obviously butthurt about it, because at the end of the day it's just a song.
I'm hoping we're, as a community, maybe slightly further on.
Yeah, exactly. They're a bit
as
better
we go
than that
on
nowadays. But I was just confused to why it was there.
That is random.
Yeah.
But it is also hilarious.
There you go, little insight of Liam Neeson's new film was about good. He's not even in for that, he's like in for like 20 minutes.
I wonder how much he got for that. Anyway, I suppose he's got
Probably about £1 million for singing the Sash in it anyway. But yeah, expectations anyway.
Yeah. Didn't expect that.
No, I think I definitely think the podcast has done a lot better than what I thought. Like I said, I don't even look at the views anymore, so it's not even well, I haven't looked at the views from like episode 4. Really, like.
Yeah, I mean, I remember at one point we wanted 100 likes, which we got
on Facebook. Yeah,
which was good.
Yeah,
that was nice to hit. We've definitely got way more than 100 likes on YouTube, way more.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. But I think before all that stuff, we were sort of like aiming for certain things. Now we're just sort of letting it go wherever it wants to go.
Yeah.
Do the episodes. If people listen to them, they listen to them. If they don't, they don't. But if at least it helps someone, or if it answers some questions, or even it gives someone a bit of insight into something, or educates them in some way, I think we've done our not our job, but
we've got done what we'd hoped.
Yeah,
certainly.
Expectation wise, anyway.
52 episodes, yeah, I'd say so.
Can't imagine doing another 52. That'd be crazy.
100. It's the next real big one, isn't it?
100?
100 episodes.
Oh yeah, I suppose it could be.
It's 50, and then 52 is almost right after, because that's your year.
Yeah.
And then 100, but then you have to almost wait a wee month to get the 104, which is the 2 years.
Yeah.
So.
Still mad, 104 episodes though.
Yeah.
I'll do something mad for 100th.
Yeah, like.
Do a podcast whilst flying through mid-air or something.
On a flight. With no pilot.
Today! Yeah, I think we'll probably have to do that. But
100 nights, because the plane will just crash.
The very last one ever. This is the wee podcast signing out forever.
Or we'll just rent a wee boat. Be like.
Put the mic in.
Like GoPro does it under the water, you can hear like the
little bubbles.
They're like.
Isn't it because you've got like a little, what do you call it?
Waterproof case.
Yeah, waterproof case on it.
You don't even need it in the new ones now though.
Have you not seen the advert for the new GoPro?
What one?
The 7 or something?
My brother got a new one, class.
It has no sway.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Like the actual videos of the guy going on the bike, and then it's literally just like like perfectly straight. That's my straight noise. As opposed to
it being all over the place.
Yeah, because like mine's ancient like compared to the newer stuff. Mine's probably 4 or 5 years old, so
they're all the same.
Does a good job still. Like it's really good footage. Maybe not in the dark, but during the
no, I think Phil's went and sort of confirmed that theory.
Yeah, so the daytime stuff's good though.
Yeah, although we have a couple of top 3 episodes we said, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
I mean it's tough to have a top 3.
I sort of cheated and took 2.
Well, I've done the same, but
2
I mean,
is 1.
Yeah. But I mean, it's sort of tough to. And it's not like we're up our own asses or anything. Whenever we're saying this, like it's just.
I mean, if I had a top 52, I could have.
of podcast episodes everywhere, our 52 would come in
the top 50.
Yeah, 52. Yeah, but yeah, we picked top 3 each, and yeah, I don't know. It's just something that we were.
We'll go 3 to 1. 3 to 1.
3 to 1 would be a better idea. Yeah, okay. I think.
Okay.
You can go first.
I'll go first. So.
They're not going to beat mine. So.
My third favourite one was time travel, which was episode 34.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. I still think that's a real fun hypothetical scenario. Like, what would you do? How was it possible? Is it possible? And we went through all that, and that was
it was all the little stories as well.
And that wasn't one we agreed on the day. Huh? Either that was not one we agreed on the day. We'd already had that one, sort of in
oh, like planned. Yeah, I remember that. That was the. Yeah, it was. I think we've got a couple of time travel in space now. I think we sort of planned them ones out because you sort of have to.
There's a lot to those.
Yeah, you can't sort of go. We'll talk about time travel today. Okay. Yep. 17 hours research. You couldn't do that, unfortunately. But no, time travel I think was definitely up there for me. Not my top 3, but definitely the top 10. It was a lot of fun, I think.
I just love the sciencey ones, like the ones where you're like, oh flip, is it possible? You know, like
I like them, but I hate them at the same time because it racks your brain.
Yeah, like do you remember the bit where we were talking about in that particular one about like space time as a thing, and then about going round something if you put the two tubes together
Uh-huh.
and all that. Oh my goodness! If you got two ends, what is it? Two ends of a black hole and put them like that.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah, but just
it's crazy.
I know.
But that was very, very fun. And also, we went through the wee theories in that one. Do you remember about your man picture? Was this guy time traveling?
Oh, the guy in the
T-shirt and jacket.
jumper thing, and then the one with the mobile phone and all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mobile phone. And was there one more? I think there was one more with the video, maybe.
Yeah, right. No.
What was that? Do you remember?
Oh, I can't remember what that one was.
I could be thinking of the Disneyland Ghost though.
The ghost. I was just thinking about that as well.
Yeah,
the
I
guy,
think
the
that
ghost,
might be
was...
what I'm thinking of because that was freaky. Like that was.
They just walk through that wall. What?
Yeah.
Like, no.
John, would you go down to... Wait, never mind.
Get back in here, John. No, I know it's strange, but no, it's time travel is just a weird. If it does exist, tell us where we're gonna be in another 40 years. See how many more episodes we got.
Well, that's what Stephen Hawking had said, that if it was real, then why hasn't anyone come back
Yeah.
yet? But then
Maybe time travel is only available whenever you go to it. You can't come back.
well, that's the thing. But then again, like, why would they come back? Maybe they are just coming back in like 5 years from now. It's just not there yet.
Yeah.
You know, there's no guarantee they'll come back to the 1600s and be like, bah!
Yeah. Where were you? Ah, you don't know.
So, but yeah, that one was up there for me.
So that was your third one? top
third
three?
favourite out of
Okay.
yeah.
Your second one then?
18, which was, we already discussed, which was Speaking with Nadia. It was quite an eye opener, I thought.
It was a really good episode. I think it brought out an awful lot of all three people involved.
Yeah.
I think, and it sort of taught us two especially about certain things to do with mental health and certain issues as well, and how people get treated and how much funding was actually
Our
involved,
experience.
or lack of funding really more than anything.
Found out about Pips.
Yeah.
We
That's
found out a lot about her sort of personal story, and yeah, I like the frank ones, the ones that are very like, you'll see in a minute, the ones that are very, you know, they're candid, they are what they are,
Yeah.
and you know, with those sort of ones, with most of, in fact, almost with all of our guests, you can't really plan, you know.
No.
Because it has to be natural. It has to be.
It's a conversation more than anything, really.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
You can't really plan a conversation unless it was on a TV show where they had breaks and we're like, right, we've run through this, but next bit is this.
Yeah, exactly.
I
and
mean, we
that's-
could obviously stop and start, but that's just stupid.
Yeah,
really,
I think the
like-
sort of natural feel where you just go through in one go, completely unedited, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
But that episode, it was brilliant. I really have to say, you know, first one we recorded out.
Oh
as
yes,
well.
out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, we weren't in one of our usual spots, so
It makes you think that we just travel around the place and
Yeah.
say, here's good.
we'll just do it in this field.
Yeah.
But
A bloody Kai.
but that was great. Like, and as you say, that was around a time when there was a lot going on in terms of that sort of mental health and
especially
at
around
the time,
Norway. Yeah.
you know, so it was one of those things that was I just think it was an
You
important
sort of had
thing
to
hear.
do. You sort of had to have some sort of way of speaking about it. I mean, I know we could have just had the episode, us two speaking about it,
Yeah,
our own opinions and blah blah blah. But it's always nice to have someone else there that has
first-hand experience.
exactly has gone
Yeah.
through something like that, and is obviously working with people that have
Yeah,
mental issues and trying to get them resolved and stuff. And obviously with Pips and
and her story's mad. Like
Yeah.
beauty queen. Everything, doing a masters now. She actually got into that masters she spoke about. She's doing that. Working at the same time. You know, ridiculous.
especially having like all going in her head as well. I mean, you can't be healthy, but she's in a good spot now, and it's everything sort of paid off in the end. Which you know,
Exactly.
if people are going through a bad time, you can sort of have her as a
Yeah, someone that you can look at and go, well, they've done it, and the way
it's hard to do at the end
yeah,
of the day, but as long as you
for
push
sure.
yourself, yeah.
for sure, and like I remember in that episode she was sort of saying that support and people around her, and her friends, her family,
You need it. Yeah.
You know, that was really key. So yeah, that's one I look back on very fondly. Really
Yeah,
enjoyed that one.
I enjoyed that one as well. I have to
It's
admit.
really good.
It's not my top 3 though, but it is in my top 5.
Yeah, it was
Definitely
brilliant.
top
Really enjoyed that one. And then my favourite one,
Numero uno.
they're the ones I sort of put together. They're the ones that we did one after the other as the open and honest ones. And I've noticed every single one of these are ones that we have ahead of time thought about, because the open and honest, it was impromptu for whoever was being asked.
Yeah.
You know, on the day, because you didn't know what I'd written, I didn't know what you'd written. There was the simple question at the start of, is there anything you don't want me to ask? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, you sort of. I mean, you sort of have to. It's called open and honest for a reason. You know, you couldn't have open honest ish. You know what I mean? You couldn't be like, is there anything you want? No, I want to talk about nothing at all. Please.
Only speak about my work.
Yeah. Okay.
That is all.
Yeah.
No, those ones are probably my favourite, because
they were a long time ago.
yeah, they were.
Didn't even hit double fidgets.
double fidgets, double fingers and digits.
Double fidgets.
They after they were 2 months in, 10 months ago.
Oh yeah, well I mean it's you're doing one a week, like, so it is.
It's a long time ago, but it was cool because obviously we learned a lot about each other. Which
Well,
was
they
class.
released in the same week.
No,
No.
one after the other. It
One
was
after one,
me,
so-
then you, I think.
Yeah.
And it was cool as well. Like, a lot of our friends were sort of saying, you know, they were really interested in listening to it. And they learned
Informative as
stuff.
well, because we were
Yeah.
like, is that really? Is that how you feel? Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Yeah.
Exactly.
That
And
was cool.
yeah, it was good because we're obviously honest people anyway.
Yeah.
But whenever the questions are a bit more, I don't really know what the other.
It's not
term,
really
but-
personal, like, because they're not really, but like they're more sort of in depth. And
Yeah,
you have to
what do
speak
you
more
think
about
it?
them.
And
Yeah.
and like it is just your opinion. There's no sheet in front of you, and that was the really interesting thing. You know, we had all of this down.
Yeah.
One of us had the questions, and the other one literally was just sitting there. Was it?
Yeah. It was strange for me. It was like being at an interview.
Yeah, it sort of
You're
was.
just like, have I got the job?
Yeah.
You know. But
So
it was-
am I allowed back next week?
some questions are really good as well, because I think one of the questions you asked was about the you know, what way do you think other people perceive you?
Yeah,
And
that was an
obviously-
interesting one for sure.
Yeah, for me it was, I know, because you never really know what way people.
Yeah,
But then obviously, whenever you have the answer out there, people are like, well, I suppose you could sort of see it that way.
yeah,
And, you know, if people, obviously, if it was a different answer and people were like, say, if you had asked me the same question, I said, no one likes me. You know, and then I'm sure everyone else was the.
I don't know what friends are black.
If they were to see that, they'd be like, yeah, you're probably right, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. But, yeah, that question sort of stuck with me for quite a while.
yeah,
After
they
that
were.
Episode,
they were-
anyway.
They were good, and as I say, like, because of the early days, at that stage it was a matter of just going right head first.
Yeah.
You know, let's just
Well, I think we were our first. Who was our first? No, guest number 1 was what day?
it was Phil,
Yeah, it
but
was
it
Phil.
was later. It was after those episodes.
So we were the first 2 guests.
As
technically,
such,
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Suppose you have to do that, don't you? You have to sort
Yeah.
of put yourself in the shoes first of all before you can put something else
Exactly,
in
and it was very much about, you know, as well as us getting asked those questions, it was quite early days, giving them people like an insight into us as well.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to just being these 2 voices, it's very much putting a bit of weight behind the 2.
It's a real
you know?
experience, yeah.
Yeah.
Even still, like you said, some of the friends as well obviously wouldn't know
Yeah,
certain things anyway, you know, then eventually they did through the.
we should
The
totally
episode.
do more of those. They're fun. Not even
Yeah.
maybe just with us, as you said earlier, about the pushing out the idea of getting somebody else and getting them.
Getting someone else would be really, really fun, because it means both of us could have a question,
Yeah.
you know, a couple of questions each, and be good to see what way people sort of react to them as well. I
And we
think.
probably answer them sort of semi as well, you know, like, say if I was to ask one to Mr. X or Mrs. X or whatever you want to call them, X, across the table, and they were to say blah 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 blah, and then people just tend to push it back anyway. I go, what about you?
Yeah.
You know, and then you'd probably find that we'd answer in short. I wouldn't expect.
No, I don't think we'd have an awful lot of like too many long answers. I don't think that'd be ridiculous.
The
Like,
focus as the other person, but those were my top three. Those were definitely my favourite.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. My top ones though were probably The Open and Honest, and I say Nadia, and then Time Travel.
That's a good way list right now.
What about yours? Starting from 3.
3 would be probably the gaming one, because I'm a gaming person. I do love gaming,
Yeah.
and we get to talk quite a lot about the current state of how games are making people zombies.
Yeah. And
You
gaming
know.
addiction. Remember we spoke about that?
Yeah, addiction
Yeah.
was a big thing, but gaming. I mean, I fell for it myself anyway. Like through, 10 years and stuff, going through gaming phases and playing all the stupid games of the world.
What was that tank game called?
Team buddies.
Team Buddies.
No, because I said stupid game. You can't put that in the category.
That
of
was the
stupid.
first thing though that
No.
I thought of, because you went and picked up the wee things, and you were a pill, sorry,
Yeah, you're a little pill.
and you could eventually
And
get
you can
it.
pick up all the blocks and you make your own little weapons and stuff.
Unbelievable.
Who else was I said about that? I said that.
Chris,
Chris.
and he knew what it was.
You were like, I must be the only person in the
yeah,
world
he
not
knew
to
what
know
it
what
was.
Team
I
Buddies
didn't
is
know what
about.
it was.
Yeah. But no, like playing all the silly games and getting addicted to stuff and not going out during summers and blah blah blah. Like that was, it was sort of it was a different episode because it was about gaming, but at the same time it was about
Other
you know,
aspects.
other aspects that gaming sort of
Yeah.
enhanced your life to a certain point, and it's also sort of ruined it in
Or
some
the other,
ways.
well, not ours, but certainly people that become addicted,
Yeah,
and now that it is a recognised medical condition, another thing we learnt
yeah.
is that it
Sick.
can. Well, it can. It
Oh,
literally.
no, it can, yeah.
You know, and
Like I thought I was going to get completely engrossed in Red Dead Redemption. Thankfully, that has not taken over me yet. So
no, yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Those sort of games, for me, because you're not competing with anyone right now.
yeah,
There's no online play.
yeah,
You know, I'm not going out being like, you've only got a wee white horse. Haha, mine's gold.
yeah.
You know.
Well, the online play came out yesterday, but apparently it's really buggy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm.
But maybe what I should say there is, because we don't have a group online,
Yeah.
you're not comparing yourself to what they have, and
Yeah.
you're not really concerned about, having this because everybody else has it.
Yeah.
The moment you're just playing that as when you want,
Mhm.
and that's it. Same as me, but it comes down to that particular game and episode was just. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but it had an awful lot of sort of bad moments behind it as well. It was gaming the good, the bad, and the.
Ugly?
It wasn't the ugly. I can't remember what it was.
Was it not?
No, I don't think so. I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely one of my top 3. Like it was my third one. Like, but I enjoyed it for the most part. It was obviously, like I said, it was different because it was.
You get it?
Yeah, I've got it.
That's fun.
The good, the bad, and the banter.
The banter, that's what it was.
It's all about the banter.
Yes, that's right.
But like I said, it's one of those episodes that just had a sort of roller coaster of a time, and it was up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
We sort of agreed with each other at most points as well, which was nice. It wasn't like we're arguing about it. Well, obviously Team Buddies was different because you didn't know what it was, but which we still have to. You know what we should do? One of the days we should get a gaming episode up again, and we'll have to play Team Buddies and see what you think of it.
I have a Mega Drive in the house we can play.
It's not Mega, it's PlayStation.
I know, but I'm just saying that's another console we could play.
Okay, well we can always see about that. I suppose we can have a couple of games of certain.
This is the worst graphics ever, but also amazing.
We'll need to find Team Buddies somewhere and give it a go or something.
That would be class.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I can imagine it would be amazing. Because the video we watched was just hilarious.
Yeah, but it's brilliant. And it's
So fun. Was there an airplane, or did I make
yeah,
that
there
up?
are airplanes.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are airplanes. And there's
I was
tanks and
thinking
stuff.
that. I was like, should I say that, or did I make that up in my
No,
head?
no, there was definitely airplanes and
Yeah.
stuff in the air. It was a brilliant wee game. We should definitely get played at some point.
Yeah.
I think I've got it in the house somewhere, but I mean, I've got my old Xbox, or my old PlayStation, sorry.
I'd be so down for that. See, there's a new PlayStation out today.
Oh, the wee mini one? Yeah.
PlayStation Classic.
The wee tiny...
Is it small?
Yeah, it's about that there size.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's like it's the old PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that size.
Every picture I've seen, it looks huge.
No, it's a wee tiny thing.
Ah.
It was thing Jessica Chobot.
Yeah,
was
on
the
there.
thing. It was a big banana beside it, and it was about that size.
Oh no, I didn't see her. I didn't see her post, but it was a Nerdist post I'd seen. But I just seen the unboxing. I thought, oh, it must be really big.
Oh, it's a wee tiny thing.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
how much is it?
I have no idea.
It's like next week
Yeah,
or
it's,
this week.
I think it's all digital stuff, though, isn't it? You have to like use there's no disc or anything for it.
No, I can't imagine they'd fit.
Could you imagine? Where should we shrink ray, mate?
Do you remember the wee mini discs?
Yeah.
They were really
You
small.
put them in what do you call it? In PSPs and stuff.
Oh yeah, the wee cartridges. I'm talking about the ones on the computers though that you used to have to set. You know the whole disc tray. There was like a wee mini disc.
Oh
You had to
yeah.
set them in there.
Yeah, right now. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
Well, no,
What
imagine they
an age
brought
we
those
live in
back.
now. We don't have any of that. Sure, even Xbox are thinking about releasing a digital console now.
What?
An all digital console.
Is that possible?
What do you mean?
Well, what are you gonna play it on?
No, it's a console. You just have digital. There's no disc tray in it.
Oh.
What are you thinking of? It's an air console.
I swear.
Are you joking?
I was like,
you can't be
but what
serious.
controller are you gonna hold?
It's just mind control.
I swear to God, I literally was like, does it just go straight to your TV? Like, where is it?
It's like the what do you call it? Fire stick.
Oh my
You
God.
just plug a USB in your TV in it, sir.
I swear to God, I was sitting there going, what are you on about? How is that even physically possible?
Digital console.
Oh.
How's that working? That's unbelievable. What are you playing on? To be fair, we'll have one of those days where we'll have one of those concerts. You went, see, I told you.
And I'm still wondering what we're playing it on. Oh my God.
Oh dear, a digital console. But yes, sir, they're releasing an actual console.
I was like, do you download it to your Xbox?
Oh
Like,
my God.
do you have to? Like, what do you physically keep it on? That's what was confusing me. Right,
Just a USB drive.
not even. That's,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
But yeah, releasing the console, it just has
Digital content.
yeah, you just play with it online, which is really bad. It cost you more in the long run, really.
Yeah, but I don't know anymore. That's horrendous. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that.
Slow day, was it?
Oh,
Slow day.
I don't know why I didn't pick up on that. But anyway.
We'll take away from gaming now. We'll go away from that and we'll go on to the second one, which was again the your top one.
Oh, the twos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them. They were by far. I'm still trying to get over you.
Ah, I know.
Dude, your face was just so.
I was baffled. Honestly,
confused.
like I was like, that was beyond my imagination how that would be possible. Which is why I just couldn't get my head around how they were doing this. Because I hear PlayStation are looking to bring out a new console, so I was like, oh, is that what they're doing? Something that's invisible. Oh,
Could you imagine getting the box with nothing in it?
It's amazing.
Look at this.
Beautiful.
Oh dear. But yeah, my second would be the 8 and 9
Open and Honest series.
Open and Honest series.
At the start of the Open and Honest series, 40 whatever episodes ago.
Yeah, the very start of it, which we haven't done any more on, but
No.
we'll have to get a couple of scheduled and maybe see about getting a guest in or something and see about
So he's
them.
up for it.
Yeah, but we've already talked a wee bit about that one, so
Yeah.
I'll get on to my number one, which was the Stan Lee one, which was off the cuff, really.
Yeah,
We
I
couldn't
mean,
we couldn't prepare for that one.
no, that would never have. Well, that's not fair. I don't think we would have done that as soon as we did, had it not been for the circumstance.
Yeah.
Which is odd because because we'd done a Marvel, we'd done an MCU one like not long before.
Yeah, which is
So-
weird.
But yeah, I think that episode was certainly my top 5 because just because of all he'd done, really. I mean,
Yeah,
well, the episode speaks for itself, I think.
it does. Yeah, it was a strange one because, like I said, I think the majority of our episodes that we do plan come across better,
Oh yeah,
but
I agree.
that one certainly was just more. I don't know, just sort of had a bit of a
Wrote
different,
itself.
different feel
Wrote
about it, really.
itself.
Yeah,
I mean, it was fun. It was informative. We learned about a guy who's changed the world. I don't think there's any other way to put it.
Yeah.
He's and it was more. He's obviously influenced us hugely as well, and it was, I suppose, our tribute.
It's something you had
short,
to do. But
small tribute.
I think even obviously he had to have died maybe on the day of our podcast release. That would have been us having a week to prepare.
Yeah.
In some ways, but it was literally
day.
just the
so the day after. Yeah.
So it was in a way which I would have preferred that because it wouldn't have been. I think sort of preparing for something for that you couldn't really do.
It would have been clinical as opposed to natural.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which it was definitely my favorite episode to date. But yeah, it's not all the same, but it was definitely up there for me anyway. We said it was in your top 5, you think?
Yeah.
It's good.
It was
could put in your top 3, but
See, as I said, I like the real ones. Same as you. Obviously, you put the open honest ones in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones where we'd spoken about. We spoke about idols as well. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
That one there. Which
we've a new playlist for now as well, because Stanley's the very first.
We're gonna do specific people.
Yeah.
But that one there we sort of picked famous people.
Yeah.
As opposed to sort of going specifically in and looking at one person and that sort of thing. And we did speak about people. And do you remember the picture I told you about in that episode? About the guy who drew my granda.
Oh yeah,
the heroes episode.
Yeah.
I showed you the picture that
was
my dad.
Idols, was it?
No, it was in the heroes episode.
Oh, I was gonna say it wasn't Idols. Yeah.
My dad got me it framed.
That's right. You said it.
Give me it down. That's it, covered in cellophane still because I don't want to take it off just yet. Yeah. But that's it. Inside a wee frame. Looks good.
You gonna hang it somewhere?
Yeah, it'll be whenever Rachel and I get a house because I sort of said there, everyone we know, whenever they have a house, wants sort of a command centre, if you like.
Everyone we know already has a bloody command centre.
Well, we've obviously discussed it before, and I will want one whenever it comes the time. So, I sort of said, I can put it in the air, and she was like, "Why don't you just put it in the house, like out and about?"
Yeah.
So,
I think I'd be more preferred out and about in the house because I know you're going to be in your command centre. You're going to be in your gaming area for sometimes, but I think you'd rather just walk about the house and just be like, no, there it is.
It's class, and also it is one of my favourite things I have.
It's really nice that your dad's sort of giving that to you.
I had no idea he was going to me.
Yeah.
No idea. Yeah. Because I said to him, because he'd sort of said, I'm thinking of taking this back to the house, and I was like, well, whenever you're done with it, or whenever you don't have a space for it, or whatever, if you can't find anywhere to hang it, just let me know and I'll take it. Got it framed for me. Really cool. Also got one of his watches
you were saying, yeah.
Really cool. But
what are you going to do that?
Good question, because
get a wee, what do you call it? A wee velvet case?
It's the actual watch face is still original, but the straps aren't. It was 50 something years old, so he just got the front and back refurbished, got the inside cleaned.
Yeah.
And
you gonna wear it then, or are you just gonna?
I don't know. I'm scared to wear that sort of thing now. Yeah. But obviously, I will wear it to certain occasions.
Yeah, definitely.
But, on a day-to-day basis, no, I have another watch that if I want to wear it day to day, I'll wear it day to day. But going back to the episodes, you're saying about our heroes and our idols ones, and obviously Stanley. Whenever we go through all these, they it's sort of fun because you sort of see where your influences come from as you go through, because we picked the ones we sort of picked. Some of them were a bit random, but you could see the ones that we were more interested in were
where you talk
the
about
ones where we would have related to.
I think it's hard as well because I think idol's a really strong word as well, though, isn't it? It's
idol and hero. That to me, I remember in that heroes episode we said, essentially about how you put them up on a pedestal, they're doomed to fail, sort of thing, but. And it was a matter, I think that episode sort of finished with everyone's human, so which is sort of true, and I mean, it's sort of poignant thinking on it that the whole point of this podcast was that we are all people and we all need to talk and we all need to blah blah. So whenever we talk about heroes or idols or whatever, it's funny sometimes that you sort of forget that they are human. And like Stan Lee, do we ever think he was gonna die?
Well, that's one thing that I said to you whenever actually it happened. I think I don't even know who posted it into the chat. You could have been Jen maybe.
Yeah, I was in the gym.
Yeah, I don't even remember where I was, to be honest with you. I was just sort of in dream world whenever I was just like, what? I couldn't believe it. But yeah, it was just one of those things you just really didn't think was going to happen. It happened, and you know, we sort of.
It's a Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, it was just something.
We should do an idol one of her.
Yeah, I agree.
Really good.
Yeah, I'd agree. There's plenty of people we could even. I mean, obviously, living or dead, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's, you know, a positive episode, I think would be fine. But yeah, it was just really strange with that one because, like I said, it was just sort of sudden, and then, I mean, I texted you and you were like, yeah, so Stanley this week then, is it? Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Writes itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it was strange, but
and that turned out to be your favourite one. So
yeah, it did. Which I mean, I'm not really surprised. Like I mean, he's the fella who's wrote basically my entire childhood, really.
And now adult.
And now adulthood, yeah, it's strange, dude. But I mean, it's all the cinematic universe now. It's the guys that are taking his creation and putting it into movie form. And they're obviously capturing everyone now as well. So yeah, no, it was just nice to sort of pay, like you said, like a little tribute to him, and yeah, it was my top episode, so I'm happy enough with that.
Good.
Top 3. I mean, it is hard to even try and get a top 3 out of all them, like.
Yeah, because there are some that are very, very close. You know, like, I really enjoyed having Phil on. It was so funny. It was so much fun. Like
him and his bath.
You see, like there was a lot of things like having Chris on. That was amazing.
Oh, brilliant.
You know,
I learned so much that episode.
That was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, every time I see him, I'm like, we need to get you back on because I loved having him over and having a chat. It was so good. But what I wanted to do whenever I was picking the top 3 was very much to pick sort of like 3 different ones as opposed to going guest or you know, whatever. So
that's how we didn't enjoy the guests. Obviously, we enjoyed having everybody on, like, you know, including Nadia and Lauren on top of that.
Yeah,
on top of those two, it was good fun. But like, we need to get more people on now. We need to get people on that we actually like,
for sure. people that are interested to talk to. And have definitely an interesting story. We do have some people that have said yes. We just need to get them put in.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have to make a bit more of a push on them in the new year.
Yeah, the new year definitely. No point in getting anywhere near now because it's Christmas time coming up too, which is
great.
I can't be arsed with it, man.
Great.
I can't be arsed with Christmas. I mean, imagine, was it last year? I think our first episode was normal, and the next 2 or 3 were all Christmassy ones, weren't they?
Yeah, we spoke about the markets and stuff.
Yeah. It's really time to release a podcast all the same. Should have done it at the start of January, but
well, it's too late now.
It is too late now. We're already
If I scrub all these, we'll just start again.
We'll do the wee podcast type 2. Mark 2, MK2.
The Weir podcast.
The Weir podcast, yeah. But no, it's been a strange year. Do you know, these episodes is something we sort of just dove into, really, didn't we? Really,
yeah.
Didn't really. Well, we did plan for quite a bit. We did the whole logo and stuff like that. There, the important things.
Yeah, the visual.
Yeah, and then we just sort of wung it, really.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's worked.
No, it's worked. It's just I just think it's really strange because you do find people. I mean, if you look at some podcasts online, some people just stopped.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed the other day some people release them like monthly.
Yeah,
which is
but then
crazy.
That's sort of their own time. I don't know what they do for.
Nor do I, but that's a fair point. I suppose they could be working really a lot or whatever. But
then look at your man Chris Hardwick as well. He's probably got loads of
3 a week. He's doing it.
Are they?
Rogan does one like every day.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. I suppose if it was your job though as well, because I mean Joe Rogan's always going to get paid for doing his podcast anyway.
Yeah, the sponsors. Chris Hardwick's lost all the sponsors.
What did he?
Yeah. So
because that whole thing.
Everything. Yeah, there's no sponsors in the show at all. So at the start he just shouts out like people, like events and stuff. You can email into his cork board and he like shouts out other podcasts and events and whatever.
Yeah.
Just to raise a bit of awareness, and yeah, I think that's a really cool thing to replace it with. He's helping other people instead of that. But his guests recently have been good. He's 3 guests in the last week, and he's doing, I think it's 3 this week, sorry, and then 2 every week after, I think. But it's plenty because obviously he's super busy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's strange. Like we really want one a week.
Yeah.
And even still, I mean, we could do more.
But he's not even like, his most recent episode was recorded in New York. He lives in LA.
Very
so he
different ends of the.
He's had to like fly to the opposite end of the country to record that.
Yeah.
And then obviously come back, and whoever produces it puts it together. But you know, he excuse me. He because he is obviously a lot richer can do that, but you know, if he's doing 2 of those a week, you know, one of them, who was that I mentioned you last week?
Oh, Jimmy Lee Curtis?
No, a guy in between, and I said his name wrong.
Oh. Oh, it was in the tip of my tongue.
Begins with H, no?
Wow, what do you call him? It was the Fonz.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Henry Winkler.
Thank you, because I said Winkleman.
Yeah. Henry Winkleman. Remember Henry Winkleman?
Yeah. He lives on the opposite side of LA.
Oh.
Now, the opposite side of LA is like the opposite side of this country.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's ours. It's going to take them hours to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, irrelevant. You know, we obviously have our own things going on all the time, all like every week.
Yeah.
And we still record once a week at least.
Yeah, it's really strange. I mean, I remember literally like years ago, whenever podcasts sort of came out, I was like, how do people do these things? Like, how do people find all these things to talk about? Like, I mean, I back in the day, I was like, I could literally talk about gaming for decades, and then I was like, so can you anything else? I'm like, no idea.
Yes.
No idea. And then whenever we did this here, whenever there was some things we had to research and stuff, I was like, how on earth are we gonna pull this one off this week? We know nothing about blah blah blah, you know, and then we just won it, and I think they all turned out really, really well. Yeah,
I enjoy them. As I say, I do a lot of quality check myself. Like, I go through and listen and see, you know, and I have to say, I do enjoy them. Like, whenever you listen back, you're sort of like, it's weird to say listen to your own voice though, isn't it? It is odd, but like, I've got a lot more used to it, and in the same way that I've got used to having a microphone. What was the thing I did? What was that? You had to record or something, was it? No. Oh, whenever you held your phone against the microphone, wasn't it? What was it you were trying to do? I can't remember. I was trying to record the sound. That's right. That's right. That's not a speaker, mate. It's a microphone. Oh. And I held it up to the microphone, waiting for the. I was like, why is this not hearing it very loud? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, there's been so many fun moments even recording some podcasts. Like, I mean, I remember at the very start how nervous we used to be, you know, recording the intros and stuff. And that used to take like half an hour alone. Yeah. But I think now we've nailed it down that we just record the intros after the episode. Yeah, which makes the most sense because I actually know what we're talking about. Whereas beforehand you just said the intro. Today we're going to talk about blah blah blah. We talk about nothing. Being like, well, did we talk about that? Did we talk about that? Yeah. What would you say you've taken most, as we're closing up this one? What do you think you've conversations I think flow a lot better. Like I definitely think you could even like talking to anybody. Yep. I just think I could talk to anybody about anything now. Yeah. Whereas beforehand it was just more a very niche amount of things. You would talk to your friends about what you were doing at a certain weekend, or if you're going to a gig, blah blah blah, or you know, it wouldn't be, you know, necessarily like how are you, and then into conversation would be how are you, what you've been at, 2 things down the line, that was it, and that was over. There was no more conversation after that. But even stringing sentences together and actually talking to people properly, I think that's probably the most I've taken from the podcast, and just having fun with things instead of taking things so seriously all the time, really. Yeah, for sure. And I definitely agree. I think in terms of pure conversation, being able to speak and hold it, listen as well, that's one thing that's I think's been really handy, like and then being able to like talk to someone, listen to their reply, and form an opinion in a better way than I was
It just sort of
before.
spew out whatever you think.
You know, as opposed to like I think in terms of pure conversational skills, and then also in terms of I suppose like sort of critically thinking about things, as opposed to just saying, well, this is my opinion, and so on. It's been fairly handy, and you know, another good thing as well, it gets us out.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Yeah.
To sit and have a chat with a mate.
Yeah.
Do you know, like how often beforehand would you have always done this once a week with a friend?
Very seldom.
Do you know, like, there are obviously, like, you know, you do go out with your friends and you do see you know, your partner and whatever, but whenever it comes down to specifically saying to a friend, right, once a week we're going to do this, and it'll take, you know, we record for around an hour, but in reality we usually sit here for 2 or 3.
No, I know, that's the strange thing. You can just sit here and talk for hours on end and not really worry about the time, but you don't really see the time going by anymore either.
No.
Which is strange. Like I've had plans to do things like whiskey club and stuff like years ago, and all this year sort of never sort of came to fruition. But
what was that?
Just get a whiskey each, just a once a month sort of thing. It wasn't like once a week. Get like a whiskey a month and just come down and have a drink with your mates.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
that'd be a good idea.
Have a whiskey of the month and then come down and have a couple of chat with no ice, chat with ice, and chat with a bit of water in it, and see what you think of it, form an opinion, and then just have a laugh.
Have a chat over a whiskey.
Yeah,
that would actually be a really cool idea.
Yeah,
do that in like the first. No, can't do it in the first. Do it in the second Friday of every month.
There you go. Absolutely sloshed every other Friday.
Come down and then just have a wee sup.
But yeah, that's things that just never sort of came to.
It just, you know what it takes? It just takes 2 people to actually want to do it, and then just say, right, we're doing it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It's like with anything else. It is. It just takes people to act, not 2 people. It just takes people to actually sort of go, right, we're just gonna do it, not do it, and then you just go for it.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm sort of glad it happened. Like after that whole conversation and video, like, well, it won't it.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that, you know,
everyone was very confused and surprised whenever the first one was released as well. So they were all like, what was this? What's happened? What's going on?
Yeah, did we tell anyone?
No, I didn't tell anybody.
No. That's right.
The first episode was released and they're all like,
wait, what?
What are you going to tell us about this here?
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
People were very much, you know, why was I not involved?
Yeah, I know. But they got involved eventually, so that's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously not everyone that said that has been a part of it yet, but that's the fun of it, that we can pull people in and
slab at them.
I mean, and do an open and honest whenever we just tell them exactly what we think. No, but you know what I mean. Like we do an open and honest where we get them in, or you know, we can bring them in and talk about whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the fun of this. That, as you said earlier, we're not stuck to talking about movies. We're talking about comics. We're talking about
whatever the karate chop says. Yeah. But yes, on that note, we'll wrap it up. And if you've got any favourite episodes or whatever else, just let us know by all means.
Yes.
Cheers for listening, folks.